unpopular opinion. If you're a parent and if you have any of these 10 traits, then your kids will be poor. Their kids will be poor. Your whole entire generation will be poor. Let's see what are those 10 traits. Now, to support my thesis of my unpopular opinion, I call this the pyramid poverty, or maybe poverty pyramid, whatever, right? And underneath this pyramid, this really heavy pyramid, is your bloody kid, squashed by this pyramid of poverty. So let's look at the 10 traits, all right? Number one, at the peak of this pyramid is ignorance, all right? Either you or your parents are ignorant, all right? And you're gonna pass on this ignorance to your parents. For example, you don't bother to educate yourself on finance or how to invest in either shares, property, or whatever investment vehicle to go further in life, right? You stay ignorant, and this will be passed on to your kids. And therefore, they will shoulder your ignorance down here. And right off the bat, number two, and to be very blunt, you're a bad parent, all right? You're either a drug addict or you're addicted to some sort of drugs. You're alcoholic, you gamble, and you have these bad habits that while you're raising your kids, they subconsciously learn that from you. And definitely with this bloody poverty pyramid on top of the ignorance, they're going to be bloody poor. And next, number three, you come from a broken family, and right now you're raising a family being a broken family, right? You're either divorced or one of your partners is incarcerated. Now, I know a lot of you be like, hey, Q, I'm divorced, but my kids are not going to be povos. I'm not saying this in isolation. I'm saying in this 10 factors, this is also a contributing factor if you have the ignorance and the bad parent traits. And going to trait number 4, unfortunately, it's, life dealt you a bad check, all right? Illness in the family. For example, medical expenses associated with cancer, disabilities, mental disorder, a lot of costs that's going out to the existing family. This, outgoing costs will therefore be shouldered by your kids because they don't have any further wealth for their generation to, build their own wealth. And number 5, unfortunately, you live in a bad environment. Due to these factors, you're poor, your kids live in a bad environment, which means they are raised in a poor neighborhood. And that neighborhood affects their living, right? And it gives them poor habits from the bloody neighbors who also are, have these same traits. Birds of a feather flock together. And number 6 trait is, as a parent, you have a bad money habit. You can't seem to save money. Well, obviously, if you're a bad parent with drug and alcohol issues, and you're ignorant, you don't want to learn anything. And because you come from a broken family, bad environment, and maybe a family has an illness, oh my God, your bad money habits will be through the roof. And who learns that? These guys. And number 7 trait, which is a cascading of all these 6 traits, is a poverty, ideology, right? Poverty is accepted by the kid, right? When the kid goes, oh, Dad, Mom, why can't we afford that? You'll be saying, hey, look, we're just poor, guys. Poverty is a fact of life. You got to deal with it. That's it. Number 8, as a trait, you lack the education, right? You come from a bad environment, broken family, and you see that education is a waste of time. Your kids stay home one day and go, Dad, I want to go to school. That's okay. Stay home, watch TV. You see that self-improvement is a waste of time. You tell your kids, just watch TV, play games, enjoy life. School is just a waste of time. And number 9, you as a parent or your parents pass on to you scarcity mindset, right? So for example, the lights are opened by your kids. You scream at them, oh, don't turn on the lights. You're going to waste electricity. They open the water too much. Oh, turn on the water. You're going to waste electricity. You're always feeding them this scarcity mindset, rather abundant mindset. And lastly, number 10, to top off this poverty pyramid that is shouldering on your kids, passed down to their generation as well, is a victim mindset, okay? I get it. When you're stuck in poverty, generation after generation, you begin to see the world through a different lens, okay? Oh, look at those bloody migrants coming over to Australia, stealing all our properties, all our jobs. Oh, look at those rich people in their fancy clothes and Lamborghinis. We can't even afford rent. Oh, victim. I'm telling you guys, this victim mindset is the most poisonous trait in terms of the poverty pyramid that is shouldering on your kids' ability to generate wealth. Because the victim mindset fosters an entitlement mindset, guys, in which the poor desperately look at the government, which is an external factor, to remedy their poverty through policies or force the government for redistribution of wealth through Centrelink. I'm telling you guys, if you have at least maybe 50% of these 10 traits, or maybe your parents passed these traits on to you, please reconsider what are you doing passing this generational poverty curse onto your kids, your dear kids. Please, they do not need to shoulder your pyramid of poverty. Jump in the comments, let me know what you think. And by the way, this book, my debut book, Nana, the Naughty Savings Jar, which teaches kids how to effectively save money through a little funny character, a talking savings jar, is coming out soon. Jump in the comments, let me know what you think of these 10 traits.